many thousands of years, the Shadowmen have protected the world of the living against threats crossing over from the spiritual plane known as Deadside, the place where everyone goes without exception when they die. Michael Leroy is the current heir to the mysteries of this ancient lineage, bearer of the Mask of Shadows. When darkness falls, he becomes the walker between the worlds, immortal voodoo warrior, taker of souls, lord of Deadside, the Shadowman.
Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Shadowman Remastered, running on Series X. This game is also available on PlayStation and Switch. But again, it's really not much for the Xbox, so I'm just trying to give that library a boost. But yeah, I don't expect this to be any different than any of the platforms, and I don't expect Remastered to actually mean what it should mean. So yeah, let's check it out. Alright, game settings. Camera, Bob. Why is my camera named Bob? Oh, wow, it's actually set kind of low. That's interesting. I feel it's sort of loud though. HD textures, field of view. I remember this being kind of a dark game, especially on Nintendo 64. Oh yeah, this game looks kind of chunky. Boy, I really wish Remastered actually meant Remastered, instead of just upscale a couple of tweaks here and there, you know. Oh wow, we actually have quite a few post-processing options. Well, that's nice. I wasn't expecting that. I think that's good. See how it runs. I don't imagine this game is going to have a hard time running at 60 frames consistently. Then again, if it's poor upscaling and resource management, you never know. Yeah, let's see. I see that they've at least scaled the text. I mean, the models are still the same, you know, funky chunky that they have.
November 1888. By my deeds am I known, and I am known as Jack. Spring-heeled Jack. Jack the Ripper.
I thought it was Jack the Offer.
By my deeds am I known, and they are truly bloody. I took them all to my heart. Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, Mary Kelly, and loved them. Truly love them all, but the immortal power I sought within the sordid confines of their bodies, the still beating organ of the soul, was not to be found. The ritual of the knife was to no avail. I am bereft, and must therefore perform that bloody ritual upon myself.
Stay your hand, Jack, and listen to what I have to say.
How did you find this place? Who are you?
My name is Legion, for we are many. The
And I have
immortal
a skin
power
disease.
you seek does exist. It does indeed lie within the soul, but only within certain ones, certain dark souls.
My God! What are you that you can produce such things from thin air?
Merely an explorer, much like yourself.
What is it that you want from me?
You are an architect by trade, are you not?
I am.
Then I would have you build a cathedral to pain, a place where you and I and others like us may join together. A place of asylum for all of the unique and misunderstood individuals that will follow you as the time of Armageddon approaches. And at the heart of asylum, we shall construct a great dark engine powered by souls of equal hue. And we shall harness their power to create an immortal army to punish and cleanse this pathetic world.
And where might I build this cathedral of yours?
Across the veil. In the darkness, amongst the restless spirits of those who have passed beyond, in the place known as Deadside.
Then, if I am to join you, I must die.
It is prophecy. We cannot fail, for we are many.
For we are many.
Amen to that.
Well, I'm pleasantly surprised by the amount of texture work they've done on this. I mean, obviously on the Nintendo 64, this is a very, very blurry game. But yeah, I mean, things look actually pretty good. Obviously, except for the models themselves, that's still low polygon. But at least the textures have done, you know, or gone through a lot of cleanup.
The end is sooner than you think. Come to mama, baby.
Hey there, Captain Cadet.
There's a darkness coming.
What's the problem, Magneta?
I had a dream, Shadowman. A real bad dream. A Deadside dream. The five are here. The heralds of the apocalypse. Deacon's file confirms everything I feared. The end's coming, Shadowman. An ancient prophecy tells of the return of a great evil to Deadside. A terrible force gathering dark souls to its darker heart and using their power to cross over into this world and bring about apocalypse.
I must stop this evil from bringing about the end of all things.
Only you can do it, Shadowman. You are the walker between the worlds. I can't go Deadside, and Jaunty's next to useless in both worlds. You are the only one who can do anything about this.
As it ever was.
But you ain't never confronted anything like this evil. It's so pure, not even the ancient protectors of the Dark Souls could destroy it.
Dark
They
Souls?
could only banish it from Deadside. They knew it'd come back one day. Hence the prophecy telling of its return. The power of the ancients is all but gone now, and the Dark Souls that evil desires lie unprotected. What you gotta do, Shadowman, is to go Deadside and recover the Dark Souls. Take them into your own protection before evil gathers them to its terrible heart.
Okay, so let me get this straight. If I don't recover these Dark Souls, then the world's gonna end. Am I right?
You got it.
Shit.
Look, I gotta go. I've got a lot to do. Take Deacon's file and meet me at dawn at the church on the hill. I've kept your stuff safe for you.
I hate this shit. Just a pawn in Nettie's master plan. She moves me in mysterious ways, and brother, sometimes she really does move me. Can't do nothing about it since, nice as you please, she knitted my ribs into the mask of shadows. I got nothing left anyways. It's my fault Luke's dead, and Mom and Pop too. I deserve everything I get. Every bad thing that comes my way. Can't live, can't die. Deadside's the perfect hood for me. A nowhere place. The asshole of the universe. Now where the hell is that church?
Alright, boy, we finally get the dual stick control. Just a second. Okay, sorry. Defeat the Vera. Alright. We got some dual analog controls. Unlike the N64, which obviously didn't have 2 sticks. Although, you know, this game actually controlled pretty well. All things considering. Again, we got a locked 60 frames, but I would expect no less than a locked 60 frames on a game as old as this, even after remastering. Oh, that's right, I don't have my gun yet. Yeah, I remember this not looking like particularly awesome when it was released on PC. So obviously they've done some work here since that release so long ago.
Huh?
Yeah, this was amongst the you know, I mean, Acclaim and their you know, development studios were doing a lot of mature rated games. You know, I mean, Turok was their lead game when the Nintendo 64 was first released, and you know, obviously they had, you know, things like South Park and other properties that were you know, for older audiences. And this was I think it was a fairly long-running comic series at the time. If I remember right, Acclaim acquired a comic book company, and they were looking through all the properties at the time of what they could do. You know, owning so many IPs all of a sudden. And you know, this was one of them. You know, Turok and this were kind of some of their highlights. This game is not without its flaws. It does feel kind of heavy and drags out you know, a bit. It's certainly not a perfectly paced game, but I think it's well done regardless. I think the music is especially good. Again, considering the Nintendo 64 and the composition, I think it's well orchestrated.
Nettie?
Hey there, Mike. Glad you could make it.
How could I refuse your offer? How could I ever refuse you, Agneta?
You can't. I'm simply irresistible. I hope you read the file I gave you, and read it real well. Between the lines, you'll find the signs.
You got my stuff?
Come on in, honey.
You know, on the way over here, I got to thinking about these dark souls. If they're so damn dangerous, why didn't the ancients just destroy them?
Because that's impossible. Their power is their immortality. If evil ever manages to implant these immortal souls into its monstrous slaves, can you imagine the carnage an immortal, unbeatable army would bring to the earth? That's Apocalypse, Shadowman. That's the end.
Okay, so I really gotta get to the Dark Souls before the bad guy. I understand that, but where do I find them?
In Govi. Each Govi has been sealed by the most powerful voodoo. Not even the greatest Bokor or Mambo can open them to release the dark soul within. Believe me, I've tried. But a Shadowman, or something even more powerful, just might be able to do it. Release the dark soul and take it into yourself. But be warned, the dark souls are a pure and ancient evil and possess a power that should not be abused.
Okay. Let's just get this thing over with. You got my stuff?
Right here.
A real scare, Mike.
Jesus, Luke! He's alive! Alive and in pain! I gotta help him!
He's dead, Mike. You know that.
I know, but I saw.
It's understandable that you still have strong feelings for your brother. That's why the bear works for you, connecting you to Deadside. Use it now, Mike. Go Deadside and find Jonty. He's waiting for you at the Marrow Gates. He's got something to show you.
Okay.
And Mike,
Yeah?
if you need me, I'll be here. Now, go see Jaunty and get them dark souls.
Alright, inventory. Handgun, bear. We need to go to Deadside.
Come on, Slowpoke. Come on, Slowpoke. Come on, Slowpoke.
I am the Lord of Deadside, Shadowborn at the confluence of worlds to walk between. Liveside is without the meaning that my partly living possesses here in Deadside, where the darkness is manifest at the edges of reason. As a god, I step forth upon the writhing, suppurating surface of the Deadside serpent. What sleep is here? What dreams there are in the unctuous coilings of the snake's mortal shuffling. Weapon in my hand, the arcing death blow at the end of all things. The horror, I embrace it. Got it.
I know, if it wasn't for the polygons being so low, you know, they'd actually be kind of a risque characters.
Over here, Michael. Hello there, Michael. How's that treating you?
Jaunty, kindly refer to me as Shadowman. Michael Lawa has no place here in Deadside.
Whatever, Mick, it's good to see you again. Seems like simply ages since I last set me eyes on your happy, smiling mug.
The feeling's mutual.
I suppose you've been away dallying with the old battle axe, giving her one with some of that righteous voodoo so she can stay forever young?
Something like that.
She's been filling your head with her fated pillow talk again, I'll bet. Doomsday in an army giddy until you're drunk with the stuff.
She did happen to mention a certain prophetic dream she's been having.
Did she now? Well, for once I think the owl witch might be right. See that bloody big black tower yonder?
How could I miss it?
Well, old Bruegel, the medieval painter blokey, was just telling me the other day that he thought it looked remarkably like a picture he once did.
Is that Peter Bruegel?
No, Seamus, his distant Irish cousin. Anyways, he was quite shocked, so he was, at the terrible mess that bloody thing's making. Appearing out of nowhere and tearing its way through the place like there's no tomorrow. Which, given what Nettie's saying, might not be too far from the truth.
Any idea what's going on in there?
Nope, and I shan't be knocking on the front door to find out neither. All I'll say is, if there's something wicked heading this way, it'll be coming from in there.
Nettie mentioned the Dark Souls. Can you tell me any more about them?
I'm afraid I'll have to reply in the negative again, Michael. Suffice it to say, Nettie's told me that they're bloody powerful, well nigh indestructible, and shouldn't fall into the wrong hands.
Any idea where they might be?
What am I, a Dark Soul travel guide now? I suppose you could try all of the ancient sacred places down amongst the whalers and shiverers. We just hope that none of them souls have ended up in that filthy big black tower.
From what Nettie was saying, some of them already have, which is all the more reason for me to be pushing on. Open the gates, Jaunty.
Places to go, people to see, eh, Michael?
Just open the gates, Jaunty.
Did I ever tell you about the time me and Attila the Hun were playing skittles with the guillotine heads of the French aristocracy?
Jaunty.
All right, keep your bloody hair on. Which, looking at your shining bonds, may prove to be rather difficult. Open sesame! And if you be wanting to pop by and chat a while, I'll still be here. It's just a shame we can't share a drop of the hard stuff together by a roaring peat fire.
I don't drink with snakes.
I forgot how good the voice acting is. It really has held up after all these years. The only thing that's throws you off is the timing, because all the phrases are so close together. But you know, Nintendo 64 had a limited amount of cartridge memory, so they had to kind of squeeze all that dialogue in. If there was like a little bit more space between what people were saying, then it would sound more natural. As it is, it sounds like they're just like rushing through the script as fast as possible, even though, you know, I'm sure that wasn't how it was during the original recordings.
This is the Deadside, the wasteland, the nothing beyond the bone-packed gates. Here Luke, my dear lost brother, wanders alone amidst the aimless ranks of those who cannot die. He still, with the ache for death I too may discover within my blighted heart. Here, the true darkness at the heart of all things is made real. What we see in Death's dominion is as void as a dead man's gaze, as cold as the light from a dying star.
Yeah, the dialogue actually holds together amazingly well as well. It was also kind of a, you know, a verbose kind of script, but I think it's all written well, you know. You know, if a bit emo, but you know, it was the 90s. Yeah, this really is the only way to play this game. Boy, it'd be hard to go back to the Nintendo 64 version. I know it's too bad Night Dive doesn't own the Legacy of Kain franchise. I would love to see a well done Soul Reaver remaster, but alas, probably not meant to be.
Got it.
And all that garage shading. All those light sources. Although I think they've reworked the lighting for all the background stuff. Yeah, I'm hoping new audiences will give this game a chance. Like I said, the PlayStation 1 and the Nintendo 64 era are just ugly. You know, it's ugly 3D. Very early in the life cycle. But a lot of good games were made during the time. You know, I think unfortunately the 3D doesn't, you know, isn't a timeless look. But the you know, the 32-bit and 16-bit sprite, you know, the cartoony graphics, those actually still look good. Whereas this stuff, it's like, well, you know, this is what we had. And again, you know, this is the best that's ever looked. So I'm certainly not complaining about the job that they did on it. And like I stated earlier, I mean, when I got this on PC, you know, many years ago, it, you know, certainly did not look like this. You know, much less work was put into that that original version. Did they give us a map this time around? Good, we can save anywhere. To me, that is one of the crucial things that these remasters tend to forget is, you know, the Nintendo 64 and most games that you can save your games on.
Got it.
You know, they were incredibly unforgiving. So, a save anywhere for a remaster, I think, is a requirement. Games that don't do it, you know, they certainly get less points coming from me. Especially with some of these missions. These missions can get pretty long, and it can take quite a while to go from place to place. But that's how these games were designed back then, you know.
Uh-huh. I am the Lord of Deadside.
Let's see, is this where I needed to go? I can't remember if there were just... I think there's just items over on that rope bridge. Yeah, wasn't that music, you know, really well done? Oh no, this just gets me back to, okay.
I ought to go visit Nettie.
Yeah, I don't know how well the game sold. I know amongst my friends, I was one of the few people to actually own it.
Looks like someone left me a note.
But you know, what you remember around your little neighborhood doesn't really say anything about the popularity of a game. Let's see, 23rd November, 1888. Dear friend, although centuries may have passed by the time you read this note, know that I greet you both as a friend and as a brother. For I, in my time, have also borne the burden that is the Mask of Shadows. Know then that I constructed these passageways, the Path of Shadow, as pathways through the place known as Deadside, so that we, those who also bear the mask, might bring order to this realm and traverse it without hindrance. In my time, I have gathered to catalog many of the ancient artifacts of power, some of which reside within these chambers. However, I fear that I must leave my work incomplete. A seed of darkness has come to this realm, more powerful than has been felt in centuries, and so I find it necessary to seal the paths of shadow, lest they and the artifacts within them fall into the hands of evil. The task of securing these passageways has been an immense labor, and I fear that with my weakening powers, those outer gates have not been secured as strongly as those deeper within the paths. Know then that the way ahead shall require much greater strength than that which brought you here. In addition to the catalog of artifacts, find here enclosed Les Cartes du Prophète, the prophecy of as spoken to the ancients by the Loa. I fear that the darkness I sense on this day might be that which Les Cartes speaks of, but fate has made it my charge not to challenge the darkness. Instead, my labor is to secure these passageways so that, come the time of prophecy, the evil shows its true form, they may be reopened and their relics uncovered. Maximus St. James. Les Cartes. Long before the men of shadow, creatures with souls of evil did descend upon the worlds, immortals. They were led by the one who is many, he who bears the mouth of blood. After the longest of battles, he was defeated, and banished to a place beyond the worlds, and the dark souls of his armies were sealed in Govi. Let's see, and the Sisters of Blood were entrusted with the Govi, and for many lifetimes the Dark Souls lay under their protection. And then the one who was many did return from the place beyond worlds. Under his banner did he unite the madmen and killers, and they did build asylum in the world of the dead. And sending his minions throughout the world of the dead, he gathered the Dark Souls that were not under the sisters' protection. Using their dread power, he summoned the 5 mortal men to do his bidding, and they built for him gateways of souls into the world of men. So the 5 did appear in a dream to the sorceress, and there Lizard King did announce the apocalypse with the cries of 1,000 men. And in her darkest hour the sorceress did call upon the man of shadow. And the serpent did guard the marrow gates until the shadow returned to the world of the dead. And thence did the serpent become his advisor. For the man of shadow did open the coffin gates, and for the first time in 100 years were the paths of shadows walked. The man of shadow did break the sister's spell on the Govi, and in taking the Dark Soul's power, he did unite it within him. With the greater powers, the man of shadow finally entered Asylum, and did find the gateway within that led to the world of men. As he passed beyond them and did confront the 5, but in the broad of light of day did he fall to them. And the sorceress fell in a deep trance, her powers exhausted, and the shadow did fall upon the world of men. And Legion took the power of the Dark Souls unto him. The end. Baton, the blade that which protects the ether and carries the spirit through it. Flambeau, bearer of the voodoo flame. Oh, okay, this is all just... all the kind of backstory. God, there's a lot of it. Let's see. Marteau, that which sounds the Rada drums. Calabash, destroyer of the second Veve. Assance, the sacred ritual of the Mambo. Pionnier, to climb the falls of blood. Insigne, that which protects. Eclipse, the bringer of night, releasing the shadows into the world of men. La Soleil, brother sun. La Lune, sister moon. La Lame, the power that binds. Only the most powerful may read the book of secrets. Sacred marks given in trials by Monsieur de Song and protection from the elemental fire, that he may grasp fire yet feel no pain, that he may walk over burning coals, that he may be consumed by flame yet no harm shall come to him. Offerings to the Loa on the altar of life lying beyond the wasteland. 100 Kadu made an offering to the Loa shall increase the strength of a man's spirit. Well, that's a lot to cover. Oh, I don't have enough thingamabobbers. Whatever things I need, I don't have enough of them.
This, you the power of the Dark Souls. I embrace it. Great. Damn hot.
I don't have that power yet. I have the card that tells me about the power.
I'm the Lord of Deadside. Unsalvaged souls that drift beyond the marrow gates for an eternity of waiting. This infinite limbo. This
Yeah, I would say that they did fix the controls, although if you're moving backward, you're still taking half steps. But yeah, I mean, the control's really good.
What ineffable secrets are
Certainly
whispered
more modern
within
than the
paths
original
of
Nintendo
shadow?
64.
What red edge realities rising bleak above the blasted skyline? Deadwing, Duppy, Zombie Mother. This voodoo lord outlasts them all.
Yeah, I mean, I really have few complaints about the control, except for the backstep, but the backstep is meant to be slow. You know, it's not meant to control like MDK. Just being able to use the right stick to move the camera is amazing. It gives the game a whole new life, honestly. I don't want to play in the Sea of Blood quite yet. Yeah, you can't get up there. Okay, fine, fine. That's where I came from, isn't it? Yeah. Here we go. Shoot at me. Get out. Can I not get there from here? Maybe I did need to swim in the sea. Oh, I don't remember. I mean, the game can be pretty confusing. It's certainly a much larger game than you expect from a Nintendo 64. Anyway, Leonard, I hope that answered your question. Yeah, it controls really well. I mean, you know, if it wasn't for the graphics, you'd think it would be a modern game. You know, again, except for the backstep being a little slow. But you know, that's just part of the game. I don't know how this game would play if you could control it like a modern third-person game. I think it'd be weird. That? Oh, I can't get that yet. I don't think I can. Oh, maybe I can. Yeah, I would really, really love to see like a proper, you know, Blue Point style remake. It really does remind me of how good this game is. Like the atmosphere, the script, all the voice acting. Really top-notch stuff. That was it, right? I don't think I have anything else here. No, I think that was it. Yeah, it just got released today. I mean, like I said, it's really good. It's a surprisingly good game, but it is kind of, you know, get losty. I mean, you will get lost in this game. More, damn it. Yeah, unfortunately the same can't be said for the sequel. At least I don't remember the sequel being that good. I remember it was on PlayStation 2. And it was like choppy as hell. Like, I think it must have been like around 20 frames a second. I mean, even the Nintendo 64 game ran better than the sequel. So, it was super sad. To go over there. No, I can't go over there because I don't have burning hands. Means I need more Dark Souls. Oh, hi. I think all the other Dark Souls were earlier in the level. I think I've got everything here. Oh, you little... Oh. Yeah, it's funny to think that, you know, Nintendo's SNES and NES days were, you know, really about, you know, more about more general audience, family-friendly games. And then Nintendo 64, you know, all the licensees and Nintendo themselves started kind of making darker games. Kind of comes up nowadays too. I mean, the Switch and the Wii U had a ton of dark games. You know, Nintendo themselves aren't going to make them, but they certainly allow, you know, some sometimes questionable stuff to get released. Yeah, but now they're in the business of not censoring games, whereas, you know, earlier on, you know, in the 90s, certainly they were all about censoring absolutely everything. Oh, jeez, I'm going around the big circle.
Got it.
I'm already getting lost. This is what I remember the most about Shadowman. It's just wandering endlessly, trying to figure out what to do next. But at the same time, just being like totally fascinated with this world. I don't want to go there. I want to go back. I don't think I have the warp ability yet either. It's going to be like a long time before I get that. God. What I wouldn't give for a map. No map in these early games, though. Yeah, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Shadowman Remastered. This one is running on the Series X, but it is available on the Switch and the PlayStation. So and on PC. It's actually been available on PC for a while now. Yeah, this is an amazingly well done remaster. They definitely went back and redid the assets, did some AI upscaling. You know, unfortunately, you're not getting any more polygons as far as all the character models, so things do look chunky. But all the textures are you know are well done. The lighting engine has been revamped. I think in general, like, you know, smaller things like the text, you know, being upscaled as well. You know, obviously a ton of work went into this, and I'm glad, because this is a really interesting game. It's a pretty big one too. Thankfully, they did have Save Anywhere added into this version, so yeah, you don't have to depend on the wacky save points that were in the original Nintendo 64 game, which were few and far between. But yeah, it's worth checking out. Shadowman is a great property. It's a shame that they kind of screwed it up on Part 2, but this original game is definitely worth playing, and this remaster, I think, is incredibly well done. You know, about as well as you could do without completely, you know, going from ground up and rebuilding everything. So yeah, check it out. I highly suggest it. I think you'll have fun, and we'll play through a bit of it. I don't know if we'll finish it, because it's a pretty long game, but we'll give it a try. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.